What's up YouTube, this is DJ942009 and this is a game review for the Mark of the Ninja. I wanted to do a review on this game real quick because it's a good game and it's worth the $15, but you have to pay for it on Steam. So, you know, let's get started. It's pretty much like Splinter Cell. Just like Splinter Cell, it has weapons. First thing is the spike mines. And what you can do with spike mines, you throw it out and they run into it and it shoots up through their body. The second thing would be the grappling hook. Grappling hook is basically self-explanatory. The noise maker, it makes noise. The sword of Tetsuji, that's your sword that you kill people with. And then your darts is what you knock lights out with. But there are other upgrades you can do. Like you can upgrade a lot of different stuff. You can get smoke bombs, you can get flash, basically it's like a flashbang. Other stuff. You can upgrade your darts, I believe. You can also take less damage. Just different stuff like that. And one thing you may notice is to be a 2D side scroller, this game is pretty awesome. It has a lot of good graphics. I mean, the kills are crazy. Just like Splinter Cell though, you have to hide the bodies, or you don't have to, but you'll get caught and then they'll be walking around hunting you. You can shoot stuff down like light fixtures. You can pull people over the ledge. I mean, a lot of the aspects remind me of Splinter Cell, just because, you know, all the secretive stuff you have to do. And another thing you can do, you can jump up in the air and freeze time and throw darts at the lights and stuff like that, which is very useful, like when you're falling or something, you want to knock out lasers. Now originally, I just started playing this, and the first time I seen the dogs, that was like the worst things ever I had to fight. But now they're pretty easy, and I think they should have actually made them harder. Like, you shouldn't be able to sneak up on dogs. And another thing is like most NPCs in here are pretty stupid, just like the first Splinter Cell. Like when they stop hunting you, they see something that's clearly wrong, and they go, "Oh, there's nothing wrong." I think that's pretty ridiculous. I think, you know, they should stay alerted and stay moving faster. Like if you get caught, or if they see something crazy, then they should continue to look for you forever, pretty much, until you take them out. That should be like a negative side to getting caught. They shouldn't just like forget about you immediately, almost. Like this guy, that guy you just seen closed the door right in front of me and didn't see me. But there are a lot of like challenging parts of this game, like the whole laser thing you have to think about. You have to think about getting by lasers and how you're going to do it without dying. In fact, that's like pretty much the most challenging part, is the lasers, until you get to like some of the harder people to beat. Then you have to go hand-to-hand combat with them. And that's actually another aspect I wanted to cover about this game, is the fact that the hand-to-hand combat in here, like when you have to fight somebody, you don't just take them out stealth. Like if you have to fight somebody, you can't really fight them very well. Like it doesn't stay with you, or like you can't stay on them. Like you can't keep hitting them because they get knocked back constantly. So you have to keep following them. But if you're in like a middle of a combo, then you can't really keep up with them because they're getting knocked back further than you're sitting. Now there's one thing I did like, is the challenge maps. I wish they would have had more, or maybe they had like at the end of the game they had like challenge maps open up, like multiple maps, or you know, maps people create. It doesn't really matter, just more content. Like the challenge maps are pretty fun. You have to like jump in midair and like freeze yourself in midair and knock out lasers and stuff like that, which I really liked. I think it was better than story mode. I think the story mode, it lasted me about 3 hours. I mean, and that's like casual play. It wasn't even like just trying to gun it and run through as fast as I could. But in my opinion, you do get your money's worth. I mean, 15 bucks for 3-4 hours of fun. That's not too bad. I mean, that's pretty much like a monthly payment on the MMO. So, yeah, it's worth it. Now, the creator of this game, or the lead designer of this game, Nils Anderson, he stated the reason, or he built this game like to be different from game like Ninja Gaiden, because he said there's pretty much saying there wasn't enough stealth in that, and it should be like the norm on the on like ninja games is you should always have to be stealth, which in my opinion they took that kind of too far in this game. Like you have a run button and you almost never get to use it, and that's kind of disappointing. Like, I'd rather be able to run through the whole game. I think it shouldn't have made as much of a difference as it did. Like, if you run, you have basically you have a sound indicator around your character of how much noise it's making, and say if you run, then there's a big circle around you. Like, I think it's like bigger than the dog's bark. Like, whenever the dogs bark, it has a circle that goes around them. I think it's bigger than that, or maybe about the same size. But either way, like, it makes it so you have to like creep through every single level, even when there's nobody around. Like, I just think that circle should be a lot smaller. They shouldn't have made it so big, and they shouldn't have made it so drastic if you run in out level. Now, this right here is what I was talking about the fighting. Like, me fighting the big guy, like, see how I'm like jumping all around? That's because like most of the time he'll get away from me, and I have to like throw something at him to knock him back a little bit so I can have a chance to get near him. And then, like, you always have to do finishing moves on the big guys, but the smaller guys you can do like the wrong button and it'll still finish them, but it'll do it louder, which is like, I was fine with that. But I just think that the fighting should have been better on like the hand-to-hand. So if you get caught, I think it should do better combos and stuff like that, not just like just the same hits over and over. I mean, because sometimes you have to fight. Like, sometimes you get in situations where you can't stealth. But altogether, it was a really good game. It's worth the money, guys. If you have the money, pick it up. I'm not gonna condone it, but it's worth. I'm not gonna condone bootlegging, but it's worth playing at some point, no matter what. If you get my drift, wink. Anyways, I give this the score of I say because the stupid AI kind of threw me off, and the fact that I couldn't run the whole entire time, or at least you should have been able to run more in the game. But taking all that into account, I'd say, if this was a full game, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. But it's not. I mean, it's not meant to be a full game. It's meant to be like an Xbox arcade game or a PC game, small PC game. That's why it's for like 15 bucks. So I give this a 8 out of 10. For a small game. So hope you enjoyed my review. If you like it, subscribe. This is DJ94 2009. Thanks for watching.